Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sipo. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel. And if you are new here, please press the subscribe button now and also press the notification bell so that you can be notified each and every time I post a new video on this channel. So today, I wanted us to talk about something that is very close to my heart, something that has, helped me grow in my walk with Jesus, and just, one of those things that God has allowed to happen that has allowed you to thrive, in certain aspects of your life. And I want us to talk about mentorship or godly counsel. You might be asking yourself, what is this? Where is it in the Bible? We can't even find this name and or word in the Bible. But there are a lot of cases whereby we see people being mentored in the Bible. You have King David, who had the prophet Samuel, and you have Jesus, who was discipling his disciples, and you have Naomi, who was mentoring Ruth. You have Mordecai, who was mentoring Esther. So there are quite a number of cases in the Bible that we can derive this whole phenomenon from, even though it is not called mentorship particularly or specifically in the Bible. So why do I feel it's important? It's important because everyone needs someone that can teach them. A mentor is someone that can teach you, someone that can guide you, someone that can walk with you through certain seasons of your life. I know when I felt in my heart that I needed a mentor, it was because I was going through a lot of things that I couldn't understand. I was transitioning, and I had heard or felt God calling me into some things, and I didn't understand what was going on. I felt God separating me from certain people and God moving me from certain spaces I did not understand, and I needed someone who would be able to make the transition make sense, and sometimes you really let's be honest, guys, sometimes you don't think of praying first when some things happen, and you just need someone to explain certain things. You need someone to explain things in layman's terms, and I needed that. However, I had mentors before. It was not the first time, but it was the first time I actually realized that I need someone to walk me through certain things. But funny thing is that when I had then saw this person, I thought, when God answers your prayers and then you don't understand that this is the prayer that is being answered right now. Because when this relationship was about to start, now I thought, because this person is a worship leader and I'm a worship leader, this person is supposed to teach me about worship and help me grow as a worship leader. Little did I know that Utiko had so much more than that. He had much greater plans than that. He wanted me to thrive in all aspects of my life, not just as a worship leader. And I think it's also because God realized that, Okanye, God knows that I don't necessarily, it's not the worship leader part that has to grow. I have to grow Nasisipo in my relationship with him, understand what it is that he is calling me to. Then other things will stem from that. Other things will grow from me being grounded in my spirituality and knowing God more and being able to relate better with God. So that is why like the Lord led me to this specific person. But as I've said, I had mentors before. I remember a time when I was a teenager where one of the pastors in my church that I was fellowshipping in at the time, she hadn't labeled it or anything, but she was intentional about imparting on me. Like, she was intentional about having sessions with me where she would sit down with me and and I would ask questions. That relationship is something that I treasure to this day, because even years after I saw her, when I saw her like years later, she said something to me that makes sense only now about the ministry that God called me into later on in my life. I did not understand it when she said that, but now I am seeing the fruits. Now I am seeing why God had allowed her into my life, even at that particular season when nothing made sense. And I've had other people, even my sister, my own biological sister. She has mentored me, she has taught me the word, she has taught me how to pray, even from a very young age. And she was also unaware of what she was doing, but she was mentoring me and helping me grow and teaching me the ways of the Lord. And I believe that too is mentoring. So what do you think, like, a mentorship relationship looks like? I feel a mentorship relationship looks different for everyone. Looks different for everyone, because we need different things. We need different things. I might need a person like who is soft spoken, a person that I know and can see is a very private person, in order for me to, like, gain trust in that particular person. And I think that is why God led me to like a person of that nature, of which you might need someone who is a bit more outgoing and a bit more out there. And we might need different things. And even with the gifts that they have, you might need someone who is an intellect, someone who can, mentor you in different spheres of your life, even whether it's spirituality, your academics, someone who's an all-rounder, a person who's a counselor. You might need different, we all need different things, and therefore our mentors will never be the same. Funny thing is that when I had like a mentor that I actually could really like say is my mentor, I had this, feeling inside of me. I've never told her this. I didn't even say it to her in the Facebook Live that we had. But I felt like everyone in my spaces needed her as a mentor. Yes, I was not saying to them that they must go to her, but the way I was talking about her and the way I was going on about her, I wanted people to feel the need to contact her so that she can become their mentors as well. But growing then in my walk with Christ, I realized that we all need different things, and that is why we won't all go through the same thing at the same time, the same way, because we are not the same. We are all different, and God honors that, honors our differences, and gives us exactly what we need when we need it. So I have gained a lot from the mentorship relationship. I don't even want to lie. I initiated this relationship not even knowing that this is the way things are supposed to be done. I was not aware. I thought, not because of the way that I grew up in the faith, that umtu is supposed to come and say, "Sisipo, I want to mentor you. I want to you to be like this and this and that," and that's what I thought. But I grew then later to like the Lord led me. Actually, the Lord led me to contact her and make her aware that this is what I need from her, this is what I've been feeling, this is what I want. And I was so surprised with the response because now I thought that I had like a lot of explaining to do, to give her the background story of everything and give her my resume or whatever. But it was nothing of that sort. I just approached her, I sent her a message, and she responded to the message, and she was very keen, and that is when the relationship started. It was not easy, still isn't the easiest relationship to have. It's the best, it's one of the best relationships you could ever have, but because relationships have people involved, they will never be perfect, guys. Don't even, I won't even sell you those dreams. It will not be perfect, but as long as you know what it is that you are there for, and you want it to work, and you want God to help you grow as a child of God, then it'll work with its ups and downs. We are people, guys. We are people. Things will not always work out the way we want them to work out. One of the most important things though that was mentioned to me when I got into this relationship was that I will not have one mentor. I will not necessarily need one mentor for everything in my life. I will have different people coming in at different seasons of my life, and I should be open to that. Now, I that was very important to be highlighted at that particular point in time, because I would then later see the need for other people to then, walk me through certain things in my life. And and that has been a blessing as well, because there have been other women who have come into my life and have changed my life in drastic ways. There have been people who don't even know me that have impacted me in ways that they wouldn't even know, because they don't know me. I have other people, even like males, male pastors, male leaders that have preached and that I've watched live their lives, and I have gained so much from them. I continue to learn from them. My pastor in particular, I regard him as one of my mentors, because I learn a lot from him. I learn a lot from him, even from like casual conversations that we'd have. But I learn a lot from him. The pastor's wife, Mom Rev, I learn a lot from her as well. I learn just by observing sometimes. And I think also with the mentor that I have, the relationship started like that. That is how I felt mentored for the longest of times, because I would watch her do things. I would learn from how she does things. I would learn and pray to God, but you know what, Lord, I want to become like this, not to say I want to become a replica of her, but there were certain things that I saw in her that I admired, that I wanted for myself, like knowing God and hearing from God. She's a very spiritual person. She hears from the Lord, and you have no doubt about it. And I wanted to have that kind of relationship with God. And I think being drawn to her in that manner has also then led me to seek God more, and not just to seek to be like her, but to seek God more for myself, and then to understand that I'm an individual and I will be different. I will do things different, and God will take me through things differently to how he does with her. So that relationship for me has been a blessing. It has been one of the best things to have happened in my life. And then having other people as well to also impart into my life, it has been a blessing. It has been a blessing to me, and I continue to grow because of those relationships that God has blessed me with. I believe that everyone should have someone to mentor them, whether it is a person that you approach for them to mentor you, or it's people that are at a distance that you are learning from. But it is very important, the relationship, like the mentorship relationship, where you are like in speaking terms, I think is very important for the accountability part of things, particularly if you're in ministry, guys. I mean, I wouldn't be the person that I am in ministry if I didn't have people that I could talk to when I'm going through stuff. The Bible talks about confessing your sins to one another and praying for one another. Imagine if you didn't have that. Imagine if you didn't have that kind of person. Who would you then confess to? Who would then pray with you for certain things? I know I pray a lot with my friends as well. I confess a lot to my friends as well. But I think for me, it was very important to find someone who's more spiritually mature than I am, so that they can speak some sense into me sometimes. So, guys, pray for a mentor. Pray for a mentor. Now, God gave me just what I needed. God continues to give me just what I need at every particular season in my life, and I feel that everyone should have that in their lives. We should all just have that. We should all just strive and pray to God to provide us with that. And then coming to then, if I see myself as being a mentor as well, I see myself as being a mentor. I see myself as being a mentor. Something that was very important, that was highlighted in the live conversation. I'll try and link it down below so that you can go and watch it. But something that was highlighted for me was that if you have a testimony, you can become a mentor. That's that stood out for me, because I believe that if I have learned something, then I can teach something. I can teach from what I have learned. And we can learn. You can basically learn from everyone. You can teach anyone. So any one of us can become a mentor. Sometimes you are unaware that you are mentoring people. I look at relationships that I've had with a couple of younger women, some even older than me, and when I look at them now, and then I see, wow, oh, actually, God, you had led me to like impart certain things in this particular person's life at that particular point in time, and I thank you for that. I am always glad to serve. I'm always glad to serve. It is not to glorify myself or anything, but when someone gets closer to God because of impartation that I have also played a role in, I give God the glory. Now I am just happy when God has used me. Like, I want to be used by him. I don't know about you, but I just want God to use me for his glory, so that abantu, anyone who comes across me, can get to know him more. I don't want to draw people to myself. I have that weakness at times, but like, I want to be seen, but I always pray to God to help me to not be seen, just so that people can see him. Not even if it means I play the part in the background and umtu then thrives and gets to know God more. I am more than happy to see that happening. So without making this very long, guys, I just pray that God opens up your eyes to the people that are within your circles, people that are around you, so that you can also become mentored and also mentor other people. Make sure that those around you know about Jesus, those around you get to grow in their relationships with Jesus, and we will all just live, great lives, I believe. May you be blessed. I'll definitely link the video down below, so that you can go and watch it on Facebook and get to learn from that conversation that we had last night. And I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment with your, experiences, what you wish for. If you need any one of us to pray with you for whatever, just link it down below, or hit me up in my inbox. Hit me up in the DMs, do whatever, but just make sure that you have people there to support you in your walk with Christ. Thank you very much for watching. I love you, and bye.